Welcome back to the Hinkson Christian Podcast.
Oh yeah, 21.
Episode 21.
We got a very special guest, one of the seniors, JiEun Kim.
Woo!
Welcome
Thanks for coming.
So before we get started, we've got one announcement. Actually, two announcements. Because first of all, Valograms are tomorrow, and we've announced this so many times. I feel like we announced it a little bit too early, but I'm just gonna say it one more time because you've got one day. You can have new orders.
Yeah, they'll accept late orders today. It was going to be like Friday was the last day you could order stuff, but now they're going to let you have stuff Monday for anyone who is slow and forgot.
Just for me, because I forgot to do it.
Yeah, Moses. It's for Moses.
Yeah.
Please.
The second announcement is that senior auction is coming up.
Oh, snap.
Somewhat soon.
Hey, president of senior class, can you tell us about senior auctions?
Okay, so if you want to use a senior as your slave for a day,
oh my God.
like Simon right here, he can drum for you all day in class. And
I know a lot of you hate me, come on.
But that's coming up in Coffee House. Basically, the auction is going to happen in the Coffee House, so you guys should come to Coffee House.
With your money.
Extra plug, yes.
Yes.
And buy seniors and make them do your bidding for a whole
On
day.
26th. The senior slave day is 26th.
Slave day.
Slave day.
It's called senior slave.
Auction, senior auction.
Senior servant day.
So we don't get in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Our
our first topic for today is online safety.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That it's almost like we're not safe online, Charlie.
Oh.
Wait, maybe we're not.
What? And
You guys just have your names on the public. But like, so for online safety, we're specifically talking about social media and making online friends.
because like if people like put their identities out there like too much, that's like if more people know who you are, like you're gonna attract more psychopaths. Is what you're saying.
Basically.
Basically.
I mean, you've got like celebrities getting doxxed and stuff. I mean, no one here is a celebrity, but I know some people at school who have like online presences as artists, or if they're gaming and stuff and they make online friends.
Right.
And there's some things that I feel like people should be aware about that aren't really talked about in school because teachers aren't that involved online, so they don't know about everything.
Oh yeah, they're all like, how do you close this tab again?
Or every time it's like, how do you turn on the sound on this TV?
Son, what's a Facebook?
Full screen.
No, but seriously, like I feel like most parents and teachers have this perception that creepy people online are all these 40-year-olds hiding
like
behind
46-year-old men like
role-play accounts or something, and they're like, hey, I'm actually 12, ooh. Usually, predators are actually in their 20s, and sometimes even in their teenage years.
And they're like more clever about it.
I sometimes think that it is about being smart about it, but I feel like it's also about them not being aware that they're a predator, because they're also like, hey, if I'm 20 years old and I'm into this 15-year-old girl, that's not that big of a difference, but it is. It's like half a decade.
Oh, so they're not like, they don't have like the mindset like, oh yeah, I'm doing something illegal.
Yeah.
They're not like trying to be sincere.
Because like if you're online and you're interacting with people, age can become really blurry.
Yeah.
Because you're not seeing them face to face, so you're not like seeing a little short person or something.
You're just seeing like an online entity that talks back to you.
Yeah, and like you guys have common interests, like gaming and stuff. Then it's easy to cross boundaries.
Yeah.
So
is that probably why it's like more widespread now?
Yeah, I think so. Because like I've had 2 encounters with people like this. I haven't been involved in situations that much, so I wasn't like in danger myself because I was already paranoid about everything, so I was just super careful.
Right.
But I did encounter some people like that, and I've heard a lot about that. And especially with social media platforms like Discord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Discord.
Because Discord is like such a big community. It's like way
huge.
better than Skype. But
It's
Skype
huge.
is like one-on-one, and Discord is like you have a huge community.
You have like tens of thousands of people in one spot.
Yeah, and a lot of moderators on Discord servers, sometimes they turn out to be predators like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to be careful.
Right, exactly. You said you had 2 experiences. Can you share that? Or?
Okay, so yeah, it didn't directly involve me because I wasn't really...
The target.
Yeah, I wasn't really directly the target, but there was this one person I met in like a Minecraft community server or something.
Oh, it's Minecraft.
It's all But basically, I was 15 at the time, I think. And this guy was 20 years old, and we both like drawing, so we're like, wow, we should become friends. Actually, a different friend introduced me to him, and we were just talking about art stuff and stuff, but then he starts mentioning, like, how he's so lonely and wants a girlfriend, and I'm like, cool, good for you. Hope you get someone, homie.
Yeah.
They were saying stuff like, we had a mutual 13-year-old friend, and she was, like, also into art, just part of the community.
Right.
And, like, he was like, I wouldn't date her, but she would be a nice girlfriend. And that was when I was like, okay, red flag. That's, like, not okay to say. You're 20 years old. You're, like, if you were in college, you would be a college student, and you would be interested in, like, a middle school 6th grader. That's not okay.
Moses' face. Moses is eroding away.
And I feel like a lot of young people fall into this trap because they think when they're young and they're the victim, they don't think, wow, this person's creepy. They think, wow, I must be really mature. And a lot of these people kind of, like, take this route of, like, complimenting people.
Right.
And, like, buttering you up.
Yeah.
So teenagers with insecurities
Low
become,
self-esteem.
yeah, really easy targets.
That's appealing to them, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Moses is dying.
Yeah.
But with that guy, he didn't really do anything. We just stopped talking at one point because he was weird and I didn't want to involve myself. And he eventually, I think, got, like, a real-life girlfriend who wasn't, like, 13.
Wow,
Right.
amazing.
Good job.
So,
Yeah.
Christ was averted. We did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the second guy,
There's more.
that was weirder. I think that was more dangerous.
Oh, boy.
Dangerous.
So, like, he was a moderator on a Discord server.
Right.
Always the
Always
mods,
Discord.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the mods.
Yeah.
But, at first we were just talking because, like, I was interested in becoming staff for that server.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I could, like, recommend you. And he tried to, like, start casual conversations, but then he was dropping, like, kind of flirty texts. And I was like, okay, no? So I, like, talked to my other online friends. I was like, so there's this creepy guy doing, like, dropping comments to me. And I don't know what to do.
Right.
And they were, like, trying to plan where one of them would pretend to be my, like, boyfriend or something, but that didn't work out because the guy still kept, like, being creepy. So in the end, I was just like, you know what, I don't date, I've never had a crush.
That usually works, right?
And then he was like, oh, okay. And then he just stopped. But later, I encountered him again.
Oh,
Okay, and he was dating my friend who was 13, and he's 24. He's 24.
What?
No, that's, like, over a decade of age difference. And I talked to this friend, I'm like, you cannot be dating him. Like, he's 24, you're 13. This is dangerous. And she's like,
your friend was like,
my friend was like, well, okay, yeah, I know. But I don't know how to get out of the situation.
by saying, hey, no, and leaving?
Yeah, just block, leave,
Just,
like, turn around.
That's how you leave.
She was like, I'm scared to hurt his feelings. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo.
he's 24.
24.
Exactly.
He's
So eventually, she did break up with him, like, on that day when I was trying to talk. I think we were in a call for, like, 6 hours or something, trying to solve this. And I thought that was it. We did want to talk to, like, the higher-ups, saying,
Right.
like, we should ban this guy from the community. But the girl was scared that she would be shamed, and, like, they would need screenshot evidence. And I think that's a really big problem, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people have a tendency to blame the victim of the situation and be like, you're the one who, like, agreed to date this person.
Yeah.
But it's, like, emotional abuse. It's manipulation. So
Which
they didn't
means
really...
More things like this don't get addressed when they should be, which means this is more widespread, which means people can get away with more stuff.
Exactly.
especially online, because you can be literally anonymous online, and it's more hard to like track down people.
Oh yeah, catfishing, definitely a big problem online.
Dude.
Yeah.
There are like reality TV shows of catfishing, and sometimes it's so messed up about like how different you can be online.
Oh my god.
Be a completely different person.
Well, great. Now all the parents who are Los Angeles podcast are like really paranoid now.
But
I mean, there are ways to be safe.
yeah,
Right.
first we're gonna talk about the experiences and then steps
Yeah.
steps to ensure
Steps.
that you become safer online.
This is you've had 2 experiences and you're like really safe online. Like
Yeah.
you're probably like one of the most paranoid people I know when it comes to what you do online.
Yeah. So one of the first things I would say is don't reveal personal information. And this might seem like obvious, but I think it can really blur the lines, especially when you're emotionally attached to someone online.
Right.
And you're like, hey, I should tell them stuff about myself. And then you are like, hey, this is my name. And in some cases, they even share their home address, which is obviously not smart. So one thing I do is I never say my real name. I don't like lie about my real name. I don't say this is my real name and then say like Bob or something. But I do tell them like call me Sarah online, but that's not my real name.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't reveal your real name, at least not your full name. I know some people have generic names like Joe or something.
Joe.
But if you have a unique name, just don't reveal that. Yeah.
Well, too late.
And also, don't show your face online.
Yeah.
Too late.
I feel like this is a little bit different because this is like a school community. You're not interacting
Right.
with complete strangers. You're not
Right,
entering
yeah.
a totally different sphere.
Yeah.
But like generally, don't show your face. And if anyone asks for pictures, don't send
Just don't.
anything.
Don't.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Yeah.
No.
That's just a good rule. Just don't do
No.
it. Just don't.
Like, I think it's somewhat safe if you've known the person for over like 3 years.
Right.
But if you've known them for like 6 months, probably you shouldn't do a face reveal or anything.
People can't fake something for like a long time. Like if you if they keep this fake persona, it'll eventually crack after a long enough time.
Sometimes, like, I would agree, but one problem is that I feel like some people are so blind with emotional attachment that they don't see these.
Right, because then
Clues.
yeah. Emotions tend to like blind you to stuff, which is
Right.
not
Yeah.
nice.
So don't get too emotionally attached to people online. I'm not saying online friends can't be real friends, but it might be more healthy, and it is generally more healthy to focus on your real life friends because they're able to give you that like raw face-to-face interaction compared to just texting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not to say online friends are completely invalid, but
Yeah.
just don't get too attached
Understood.
because there is a real life around you.
And if you get attached, then like you lose the ability to be objective in certain situations, which is
Yeah.
like when it might count.
It's like I think there is something about being able to text that is easier than being face to face because
Yeah.
if you're in a vulnerable position but you need to talk to someone about it, it's easier sometimes to just send a text.
Of course.
But at the same time, online people, they're not people you necessarily know. Even if you've called with them or texted them, the personality you display online might be different than the personality you display in real life.
Of course.
Yeah.
And not out of like necessarily bad intentions, but you just
Just natural.
you just act different around different people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
definitely.
Great. Cool. Well, we're all screwed.
That's some really good advice, though. Like, just stay safe. If you're not like Mimosas and Simons yet, you know, don't post your face everywhere. Don't share your name with everybody. Just
True,
Try
true.
to do the right thing for yourself.
I can already hear the paranoid parents just like freaking out. Just like,
Yeah.
change your name and pick it right.
And don't send your home address to random people.
Well, that's obvious. That's like
I
big
feel like
no-no.
it's not always obvious. I've had
Really?
I've known some people who are just like, yeah, I live here, and then they like drop an
Who
address.
does that?
Cool.
Yeah.
But
Also put the coordinates, the
Yeah.
exact.
Cool. Shut
yeah.
up.
You know, just give me the keys to your house.
Yeah.
And, like my car. And
Yeah.
Here's my credit card number as well. Just take everything.
Yeah.
and for anyone who's planning to meet an online friend sometime in the future or something, make sure you go with someone.
Yes, definitely.
Like someone you know in real life. So maybe your
Right.
parents, or if you don't want to go with your parents because that might be awkward, maybe a real life friend who knows about the situation.
And in like a really public area with tons of people.
Definitely.
Never
Definitely.
do not meet up in like private areas. There
You,
have
you will die.
I mean,
You will die.
kinda.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
No. The reason that JiEun specifically is like super careful online is because like she knows a lot of like stuff that's happened
Yeah.
to people who have not been careful online.
Yeah. That's not to say everyone online is a crazy person. But
Right.
It's okay to be careful, and I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like a lot of parents are out of touch with the online like community.
Right. Definitely.
With all the myths of like 40-year-olds online.
Myths.
Yeah.
Not necessarily myths, but like it's less common. It's way less common.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what was interesting for me is the fact that, like, some people don't know that they are themselves an online predator, because that the fact itself like shows that even though you might be doing this, you might be actually being creepy,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Because people may not know that they are being this way.
Yeah, because, like, sometimes, if you're in late high school and early college, that's still, like, kind of sometimes a significant age difference. but it's easy to blur the lines and be like, well, I just got out of high school and this person just got into college, so. But it's just generally better to avoid dating someone with like a huge age difference.
Yeah.
Simply because of the power and maturity imbalance.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and one note I wanted to say is that just because you're over 18 doesn't mean you can't be subject to something like this. There was this one YouTuber that shared her story online of how she got involved in a situation with a predator. And, like, it went from her being 13 and she was still involved in the situation when she was over 18.
Oh.
With the same person.
Wow.
But,
Okay.
that's bad. But, like, when she turns 18, it suddenly becomes legal, right?
It's legal, but, like, the emotional abuse is still there.
Emotional abuse is bad either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you let this person control you and manipulate you, they can, like, keep you in their grasp for so long.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. It's like an animator.
Yeah. Have you watched
Oh.
that? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah, so, just be careful. I don't mean to scare anyone, but I just think people should be aware and careful.
Uh-huh. Definitely. Everyone goes in like a freaking like military bunk online, basically.
Yeah.
Just like
NordVPN, by the way.
NordVPN. Yeah. Not sponsored. Unless
Not sponsored.
Hey, NordVPN. Hit us up.
Yeah, military grade protection.
Oh, actually, the 24-year-old, I didn't finish.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But basically, they got banned eventually, and I reconnected with some people from that community, and we mentioned him, and then they're like, oh yeah, he also dated like a 15-year-old. And so he was doing this like with a lot of people.
He's crazy, dude. He doesn't
Yeah.
stop.
It was just weird.
FBI, get him.
But he was banned, so.
That's good.
Well, right. But is he like banned IRL?
That's true.
That's true, yeah. But be careful.
Be careful online.
All right. Well, I think that's it for that topic. Again, just stay safe. Do yourself a favor. And yeah.
We're all screwed. Okay. Me, Chuck, and Moses are
Yeah.
screwed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into comment time. We've
We
got
got
4 nice comments.
Yeah.
All right. First comment from David Oganesian. I'm probably
You probably
butchering
pronounced that
that.
incorrectly.
I'm sorry,
Okay, cool.
but anyway. French fries and ice cream isn't crazy. French fries and ice cream is the best food ever.
Oh my god.
3 exclamation marks.
Wait, I agree though.
Yeah.
You guys
See?
tried dipping French fries
You guys
in ice
need to be
cream.
more experimental. It's
No,
good.
I tried being experimental because I heard how much this was great, and so
Yeah.
I tried it once.
You did.
Not good.
Your
Just don't
taste
bother.
buds are
Explain.
just trash. Bro.
No.
Yeah, you got
What do
trash
you
buds.
mean trash buds? I'm not the one mixing 2 different flavors together and making like it's wrong.
A delicious cuisine.
Exactly. It's like cold and hot.
Yeah.
And it's like salty and like sweet and crispy and soft.
You see, what you're doing is you're combining 2 opposite things.
Yeah,
You're making it
opposites
good.
attract.
Exactly.
Right? No. No. 'Cause normally you want to combine similar things like salty and savory, like
Right.
barbecue pizza, 4 cheese
Barbecue
pizza,
is sweet and
pepperoni
salty,
pizza,
though.
cheese and meat,
Yes.
salty things, 2 same things together, right? That's what makes good things, okay?
Yeah.
Not
Anyway.
different things.
Yeah, so this guy
David.
agrees with me, with us actually.
Right.
Guys
So
are just wrong.
You're just wrong. You're
Uh-huh,
just
yeah.
wrong.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Anyway, next
As
comment. Next comment.
Okay,
Next
okay,
comment.
okay. Oh, it's Jonathan Joyce, the Southerner man. Hot tea or iced tea? What flavor? Bro, tea is tea. Like,
That's true.
I'll take tea. Tea is life. As a Russian and Bulgarian, tea flows through my bloodstream. My blood type is tea.
Tea.
I mean, I only drink like Lipton iced tea. I don't actually.
Okay, what are you
know-
doing?
No. I drink hot tea, but in terms of iced tea, only Lipton iced tea. Like I don't think
Oh.
I've ever really like made iced tea with.
Okay, I don't make iced tea because it's like annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milk tea.
What's the best flavor of tea? That's the good one.
That's hard.
I
All
know
of
it's
them are
hard.
just good.
Oh, they're all
Yeah.
good.
But like black tea with milk
Black tea.
Oh.
Okay,
and
okay.
vanilla.
This person tried to bring a carton of milk to the senior room. Like, guys, we want milk for your tea. Guys, we can get
try.
like multiple cartons.
No, it's so good though.
It's really good, guys.
No, but if you have like, the little packets, like the little
Hear this,
small ones,
viewers?
it could work. Or just use the fridge in the student kitchen. I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
No, but I don't understand the milk tea thing.
Have
I
you
know
never
that
tried milk
I know
tea?
that boba tea has milk
Oh,
in it
boba
and
tea.
tea.
Yeah.
and
It
boba.
does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's delicious. but I've never tried putting milk in tea.
It's so good. Milk, tea, and sugar.
I generally avoid milk anything because I don't really like milk.
So how about you, Moses? Hot or cold?
Honestly, both of them are really good, but it depends on the mood. When you're like outside and it's still cold, I still try iced tea because it really refreshes you. And I also go for Lipton, but at home I always go for hot tea, strawberry.
Strawberry. Just
Strawberry.
Very specific.
This
Yeah.
man has the craft.
Yeah,
master.
and it's not like packets; it's the leaves, and you put like 5 of them. If you put too much, it gets too sweet.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like the tea in itself can get too sweet without sugar,
This man
which is
Yeah.
good. But the amount you put leaves in it, not packets, leaves, it has to be like crumbled.
Yeah.
Because when they touch the hot water, they become like they bloom in the tea,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
becomes complete.
Alright.
And it's like I'm not sure about the milk because I'm like part lactose intolerant, so
Oh yeah,
I can't.
it'll screw up his stomach.
Yeah.
I thought this was a podcast, not a tea documentary.
Well, no, it is.
No, dude, he's got this down to a science.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've always thought of tea as a hot drink. Like, I just not that cold tea is bad. It's just that like, tea for me has always been warm. It's like something to warm me
Yeah.
up and just like
Yeah.
chill out in the evening. So
What's the best flavor, Charlie?
I usually have green tea or
Basic.
with like 3 big scoops of sugar. Like I always take so
Oh,
much
that's
sugar.
American.
Like even like with lattes, I literally will have like 4 scoops of sugar in a latte, even though it's already like sweet enough because I'm just crazy.
He's gonna
for
get
that.
diabetes.
So
But have you tried green tea latte?
no.
Bro,
yes.
it's so
Yes,
good.
it's good. It's
Ooh.
You gotta try. You gotta try it. Mr.
Yeah.
Experimental looking. It's good.
Yeah. That's
Alright.
good.
It's good. Next comment.
Okay.
Thank you, Southerner, for
Southerner.
the topic.
Next one is again from David
Good luck.
David Oganesian. Oganesian. Hey, what is your favorite Hinkson event?
Oh!
Ooh.
Well, I mean, a coffee house. I'm sold. I have
Field
to.
trip.
That's
Shut up.
Hinkson event, so it's not like senior event. Hinkson event
That's true.
retreat.
Okay, yeah, that's a classic.
That's the Hinkson event, right?
No, but a coffee house is so lit.
It's true,
Every
but it's
time.
one day.
Yeah,
And
He's right.
retreat is like you sleep over twice, I think.
twice.
Twice with your besties. I hope, like in your class, if you're just with your friends, friends, and you literally bring like your favorite food,
Yeah.
and you get to share them with your people, and
Even
then,
though it's illegal.
yeah, right. We don't talk about that.
We don't.
We don't talk about it.
We
We're-
don't bring food, you mean?
We don't bring
Nope,
food,
that's we're what?
Yeah.
Totally not every
Phone
single
turned off
person.
in our
Yeah,
locker.
yeah, definitely.
and it's also like spiritual connection,
Yeah.
and friendships that you make, and like the chill environment with your teachers, and like
Yeah.
you get to see like teachers with bad hair,
Hey!
not like BAD, but with the
Bed.
BED, bad hair,
Bed. Oh.
which is funny, which is funny
Most
all the
crossing
time,
words.
which is
But like
interesting.
everyone stinks.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
well,
get
that's shower.
to you get to understand your friends at like their purest form.
Yeah, they're purest.
When they wake
You
up,
get to see them in all their flaws.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
natural form.
Yeah, but that's what connects to each other more.
Yeah.
Which is
oh dang it,
better for
I'm
friendship.
getting converted to the retreat gang.
Yeah,
I
retreat gang.
have to be all the coffee house.
Yeah, coffee house is good.
Coffee house.
I mean,
It's great.
I feel like coffee house is like too easy. Like, cause yeah, coffee house is my favorite, but it also happens like multiple times, and I usually don't think of it as like an event. Like what comes to mind is like the fall festival.
Fall festival.
I always
Okay.
love the fall festival because like the games are fun and like I love seeing people's outfits
busting
and
for tickets.
you can you
Illegal.
can get tickets and buy like all kinds of cool stuff.
No, the bunny hat. You buy the bunny hat.
I
That's
bought
what
the.
you buy. That's what you,
you
buy.
need the bunny hat.
You need a bunny hat. That's what all the thing you buy. That's all you need.
So yeah.
Great. That was an awesome comment from
What's your
David.
favorite event, June?
That's hard.
I know it's hard.
Wait, student leadership conference. I don't know if that counts as a Hinkson event because
Doesn't.
it's like
it's
No.
the nerd event.
the retreat.
The retreat.
Yeah, it's like a big sleepover.
Leadership event.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, wait, have you not heard about it?
Well, I've heard about it and I tried to get in it and I didn't get in it. June.
Oh,
Sorry,
so sad.
but you guys should try getting in the student leadership conference because you get a lot of like friends and social experience in different cultures.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, last comment. June.
Here we go from
From Nikki, Slim Jim Gang has been here.
What the fuck? Charlie, why did you pick that?
Because I could not see any other comments, and I was just
You
like,
really
okay.
picked Slim Jim Gang comment?
I don't even
That
know.
was your best choice?
It's kind of funny, but it makes no sense.
Yeah, how are we supposed to respond?
We don't have
Yeah,
to.
Charlie, how are we supposed to respond
We can
to
just
that?
read it, that's all.
Slim
Thank
Jim.
you for the contribution. Very cool, Nikki.
What is a Slim Jim?
I don't know.
You don't know what a Slim Jim is?
No, I don't know.
It's like
Oh wait, no, it's like meat, right?
it's like a dried like beef jerky kind of
Yeah.
thing. They
Right.
like kind of like rip off with your teeth and you eat it and chew it, and
that's
it's like the
Slim
most
Jim.
American thing you could eat.
Beef jerky. It is
Alright.
pretty good.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's it for comment time. Thank you for all your comments. Make sure you comment more for the
Leave
next
more
episode.
comments so that you don't have to do Slim Jim Gang.
Sorry, Nikki.
Nikki. No, I'm allowed to play Nikki. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so for our second topic, we've got mental health in school.
Right, because that is still an important topic. We have
Yeah.
addressed it in multiple different angles because it's important and you can never address it fully.
It's very important.
Different what? Yeah, there's different aspects to it every time. JiEun has got her own opinions on mental health. As in like what?
Okay, so homework in school I think is a really big complaint, but
Oh,
one
boy.
of my biggest complaints about the amount of workload we get, which I think isn't just exclusive to our school. There are a lot of other schools that give a lot of,
Of course.
homework. But there's no room for mental health. Like, if you are having a bad mental health day, week, or month, you might as well, like, throw your grades out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no, like, time to process things happening in your life, and it doesn't have to be something, like, extremely depressing or terrible. But, like, even small problems that just build up over time, you don't have the time to, like, process
Address
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
and talk about it.
You're like one of the busiest people around school. You got like a bunch that you're constantly.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's been easier because I did make some choices to reduce the workload. But if I'm lucky and I spend every minute of my day preciously,
Yeah.
including study hall, I come home and I finish my homework around 6 p.m. But that's not considering any extra studying I have to do for any tests coming up.
Right.
That's not college applications and SAT studying that I also have to do.
Oof.
Or the Husky Herald.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any other things that I need to do, like I need to draw, stuff like that.
Breathe.
Work
Yeah.
out, breathe, sleep.
Oh, we work out now. That's true.
I mean, I haven't for like a week, if I'm being
Same.
completely honest.
I haven't ever.
I tried to start because it's been really hard, like physically. Even though I get 8 hours of sleep, I just get really tired easily. Drink water. Stay hydrated.
That's right. Like
Yeah.
Moses is drinking clearly.
Water. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
drinking
it's totally
water.
Yeah.
Totally water.
Busy.
But that's kind of my main complaint. And teachers at Hinkson, I think they're caring in the fact that they're like, oh, come talk to us if you have a problem. And I really appreciate that because that's not common in every school.
No, it's not.
But at the same time, it's not easy to just come up and be like, oh yeah, here are my life problems to someone you don't really interact with on a personal level
Right.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Of course.
And you also just don't want to like be vulnerable sometimes in front of people you don't know very well.
People already have trouble like getting the motivation and the willpower to go get help from like a professional
Yeah.
therapist.
Yeah.
So even if they have that much trouble doing that, they're not gonna be super inclined to do that to a random teacher.
Yeah, and I think like even from not a personal standpoint, time is an issue. Like
Yeah.
one of the reasons people can't process in the first place is because of the lack of time. So when teachers are like, "Oh, you can come talk to me," that's still like time.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons I kind of avoid doing that sometimes, especially for smaller issues, is like I don't have the time to sit down for like an hour or
Yeah.
even half an hour and just talk to you. Like I have to do other things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And all those things catch up
Yeah.
to you. And then like when you don't address those small issues, they like pile up, they become
Yeah.
bigger issues, and then you have like a whole pile of issues. Just
You
like,
have a breaking point, and eventually you just can't handle it, and then all these problems become like so much bigger than they actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of destroys you, and
Right,
you
yeah.
you don't have time to like even deal with it. Like then your grades are just gonna be thrown out the window.
Falls down.
yeah, and when your grades are thrown out the window, you feel bad about that because you're like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm failing life.
Yeah.
It's another issue they have to process.
Yeah.
But I know it's not something that's easily changed because it's not really our school. It's just like the school system in general.
Right, no, it's not just us. It's not like a unique
Yeah.
problem to us.
But Finland It was in
But
Finland. They
You-
don't have homework.
You suggested like stuff like mental health days in senior room. I've heard this conversation
Oh,
happen.
yeah. So one idea I had is we're allowed to have like 60 days off of school. Not allowed to have 60 days off of school, but you're allowed to have 60 absences and still be able to graduate. That's not going to look good on your transcript necessarily. But I feel like a lot of the absences, like, people call in sick, but I feel like it should be a legitimate reason to be absent because of your mental health. Like, you just can't handle going to school that day.
Yeah.
I think people already do that a lot and just call it like, oh, I'm sick, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like instead of saying it's like, I'm sick, you should say, like, oh, I'm having, like,
Definitely.
a personal
There's
issue or
more
something.
context behind.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Like
And-
some days I just take a mental health day and I don't go to school just because like I'm just really tired and emotionally I'm not doing well. And then I'll come to school the next day and people are like, "Oh, are you feeling better? Like are you not sick anymore?" Like that's not the problem. It's just that if I tell you that I'm just tired, like it doesn't seem like a big problem, but it actually is, and it can really like affect me. Like some days you
That's
just
very
need
true.
time to rest.
That's right, dude.
But I also know that's not entirely up to the school because Korean universities, they're really strict
Oh, of
on
course.
your absences. Like, my mom is very strict about that. She says, like, if you have more than 4 absences this year, that's, like, already really bad for college. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so what could we do to improve the mental health of the school? Because I think we've brought this up before.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
not a lot we
definitely.
can do.
Yeah.
We've definitely brought it up at least twice.
I think it's not really like obviously there are sides of it that are in our control, but overall this also has to do with just the school system in general, which we don't have any power in.
Oh, dude, there've been so many YouTube videos about how to change the school system, and none of them have happened.
I think this might be, like, a dangerous thing to say, but
No, go for
maybe
it. If it is, we'll cut it.
sometimes I feel like teachers could be more lenient with the homework if they can tell that, like, a student's having a hard time. Which I've had some teachers, like, I've seen some teachers do that, so I'm not saying none of the teachers do it, but then maybe just, like, say, it's even if it's late, it's okay. But then again, I feel like people might abuse that, so that's, like, a tricky situation.
Right.
Right.
No, the homework load would be less intense if, like, the teachers coordinated more. Because you will have, like, a lot of big stuff, like, stacked on top of each other because people are not coordinating. But that would just involve a lot of effort on the staff part, which means it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I feel like because it's an international school, it's even harder. Because some American students need something else, and then, like, Korean students don't need that thing, but they still have to do the same workload because it's technically an American-based system. So you're in this, like, weird position as a staff team trying to appeal to everyone's needs, but also not trying to overload everyone.
That's gotta be a fun balancing act.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But as a student body, I think one thing we could do better is if you notice someone, like, looking a little off, being a little more quiet, maybe just, like, approach them and be like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
If you want to talk.
I think we've definitely said that at one point too. Like if you see one of your friends down, like just be encouraging.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, you doing okay? Like, what's up? If they don't want to talk about it, then give them the space, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
sorry, you go.
You're the guest, dude. Go ahead.
Well, I think another thing is not only when they're down as well, just do little things to make people happier. Just,
Right.
Yeah.
I remember what Antoine used to do was he would bring, like, bottles of, like, sliced apples and
For Maria.
oranges for Maria and some other students, and he also had, like, a snack stash in his backpack for people who looked extra tired.
Oh boy.
So wholesome.
Where does he get that money?
Amazing.
But yeah, doing little things like that. Maybe put little notes for someone.
Imagine if everyone did like a small nice thing for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody at the school did that.
Yeah. Every day is a Secret Santa day.
Well, actually though, but
Yeah.
Except money is kind of a problem, but it doesn't have to be money.
you don't have to spend money.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can write a little note. or
Yeah,
something.
that's true.
Oh, well, okay. We have an encouragement enrichment that slaps a bunch of notes one day on some people's lockers, and then that's what they do.
We talked about this, right?
We did talk about this and how we could do encouragement enrichment better. I don't think we need enrichment to be encouraging. I think
Yeah.
everyone should just be encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encouragement enrichment.
I just also worry that sometimes things like that can be very forced. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
definitely.
feel genuine.
Definitely.
That's another thing. Like, if you get a note on your letter from encouragement enrichment, doesn't feel real. I mean,
You are cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like you more than penguins.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
I can talk about a lot about a mental issue because,
Oh boy.
well, yeah, I myself have those days, and like just being the first, like looking from the first person view of the mental health issue is like very important to seek out professional help, in my opinion, and it's very like essential to understand that your mental health is not part of you, it's not you. Like you have to like understand the difference between like you yourself and you yourself, the other self with the issue.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because you could have like a mental issue and like it's feeding you a lot of like this negative stuff about like, oh, come on, you're not good enough for this, or oh, come, you're pathetic. And it's like all that, and like sometimes you have that so long you associate it as part of yourself. Is that
Yeah, like you don't need to make those negative thoughts or emotions become like an essential part of your identity.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Your problems do not define you.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's probably a quote from somewhere.
I know, probably it's so generic.
So yeah, I think that's very important because like maybe some people already know this, but I've been in Korea for a long time because I had health issues. But with those health issues, I also had some mental issues that I was going through, and it was a very important part of my life to go visit a doctor and just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Exactly. You gotta get professional help. Where do people get professional help in Russia?
I feel like part of that is there's an issue with money and
Right.
taboo. Like parents, for some reason, at least I know in Korea, there's like a lot of stigma about mental health. Like if you get professional help, in some communities you might like be labeled as like someone crazy. Like
Oh yeah.
they,
Like wow, you need a therapist.
yeah, like
So
something's wrong with you.
God,
that's
that's so
how they
toxic.
That's
say
so
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
So toxic, dude.
So I think it's an issue of money and stigma. Parents, I feel like sometimes aren't informed about mental health issues, or like
Right.
Yeah.
you're having a bad mental health day and they're just like, oh, you're just like tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They tend to like devalue what's happening.
Yeah.
Or,
like,
or they might think that you're like lazy, and it's like no, like I'm going through this struggle. Like
That's the
this
worst.
doesn't make me lazy. I'm trying to get through this.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
So like as parents, maybe try to be more considerate too.
We're making the parents real woke. Okay, online safety and depression.
Yeah, those exist.
Understand.
Just so you know.
Yeah, those exist.
And your child is not just being a teenager, a hormonal teenager.
Well,
Sometimes,
sometimes they are.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes.
probably, but like the issues are still very real. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a dichotomy where it's you're either hormonal or you have an issue. I think it can be a mix of both.
I hate that so much. Whenever I complain about something that's happening or like what I'm going through, they're like, "Oh, you're just a teenager." I hate that.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
You're just a little kid.
That really gets to me. That really grabs my gears.
Because like we may be immature, but we're still people.
Yeah,
You know, we still
exactly.
have-
With opinions and emotions.
Yeah, we can think as
And
well.
with the brain, and with IQ points.
Yeah.
Some of us.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Shoot.
Is that it for today?
I feel like it
I
is.
think
All right.
so.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
coming.
inviting me.
You
Yeah.
got some spicy opinions we needed.
Yeah. That was great.
All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe. We need 100.
We're almost at 100 subs
Yeah.
for June Ha.
Very
Sub
close.
for June Ha.
Very, very
Sub
close.
for June Ha.
Make alt accounts.
Let's go. Sub with your Hinkson account.
What was your Hinkson account?
So I know
Do
you got
anything.
Hinkson accounts.
Exactly.
Hey, if you want to be a guest like June was, you can hit me up, hit Charlie up, and Moses up. We'll put you on the list. We're trying to get as many people as we can before the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time, next Monday.
Awesome.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.